GN. It's at night. It's 11:26, it's February 5th. No iced coffee. And then to down it, some sparkling water on top of it. But, alright, so this is a trade that I'm doing back testing right now. So all these back testings that I have been doing lately, been kind of like adding them into my notes and figuring it out. On strategy, first step is marking your highs and lows on the 1 hour charts or 4 hour charts basically. Right now I've just been focusing on the 4 hours chart, on the 1 hour charts, even though I should be focusing on both. But so I mark these blue lines are my 1 hour chart, my 1 hour marks of liquidity, and then I have down here. So now we have our 1 hour low liquidity marks down here. We have our high liquidity marks down up here. Still on step 1B, it's basically going to mark your sessions. You're going to go to a 30-minute chart, mark your sessions. So Asian session 18 all the way to 3 from 8:30, it will be London session. From 8:30 to 9:30, that's going to be pre-market of New York. From 9:30 to 9:50 is going to be a manipulation area. From 10:10 is going to be your entry, and then from 10:30 will be your late entry. So I already marked sessions, session. Asians, I've just been going off with phase 1, phase 2, and then big boy market phase 3. Once you mark those, basically I'm gonna go with the 15-minute chart now, narrate it a little bit more down, and then while the market's going, so let's say Asian goes, you start marking the high sessions of Asian, mark the lower liquidity marks of Asian sessions. So Asian highs, Asian lows, right? So once London market hits, basically this is what I always seen is that when Asian session is like a preset. So if London opens and London takes either one of those two, high or the low Asian sessions, it's just gonna continue and trending to either way it goes. So if it's going downtrend, it's gonna keep continuing. A London session was able to take out Asian highs up to the upside. As you guys can see, I put that little circle right there. Took Asian highs, didn't go any lower than that, than just ranging between 6,000 all the way to the highest point of the London highs of 6,300. So I see price range, that's the most that I see, as long as it doesn't break the structure of the downside. So let's say right now you have Asian highs, right? London took out Asian highs and it's just continued to go up. If this would have been a manipulation back to the downside and take out Asian lows, then you want to wait for New York session to decide if it's going to go back up to the upside and take out London highs, or if it's just going to take out London lows and it's going to continue going downtrend. So in this situation, it just took London session took out Asian highs. We marked our London highs here. Marked our London highs there, right? Went down, retraced back down. You got London lows right here. Didn't go any lower than that. It's range between this area. Once New York opened, it literally took out London highs. So it's been taking highs and highs. So that's good. It's gonna have to go a little bit higher and take out our previous 1 hour liquidity highs. So that's what happened. Previous liquidity, previous high liquidity, and then we got this previous high liquidity. What I like about this chart right now that I'm doing was basically so perfect that to acknowledge and explain this, because like if you guys are gonna see right now, I'm gonna show you guys in a bit. So we have 15-minute marks, right? So once you hit into the sessions of New York sessions, I'm gonna go ahead and mark it back to the 5-minute chart. So before pre-market opens, I went ahead and marked my manipulation areas. I marked the pre-session and then the hours of the manipulation that was gonna happen and then the entry. So like I said, pre-session opens at 8:30 all the way to 9:30. 9:30 that will be the end. That'll be the real session right there. So pre-session is giving you an idea in which way it's gonna head. So right here, it just gave us an idea that it's gonna continue up to the upside. We did get a few impulse candles that tried to reach, and this imbalance impulse candle right there that just gives us a long wick right here, basically. So what happened was that our before anything happens and you're still in pre-market sessions, you're gonna go ahead and see if you see any fair value gap. This was a fair value gap right here, but once we switch to the new pre-market sessions, I input it for as an in fair value gap. I don't know why, that's just the understanding that I get, but I know in fair value gap it's a little bit different to explain, and then fair value gap. So from 9:30 to 9:50, that's the manipulation area where you're gonna see, and that's basically what I'm saying, that this chart is most likely the most perfect chart that you can ever see, because from 9:30 to 9:50 there is a liquidity sweep. We liquidity sweep these highs, New York highs, and then we liquidity sweep these previous highs, 1 hour highs. So we had this impulse candle right here ranging back to the downside. It manipulated into that area going down to the downside. We got an impulse candle at 9:50 going down. We still have this in fair value gap right there. Did we go any higher to reach this? No, we didn't go higher than the fair value gap here, but we reached the middle of the in fair value gap. So that gives me an idea that it will be ranging from right there. We do see a market structure break, so from the manipulation area going back down to the downside. If you guys understand, I'll go a little bit back to the basic simple things. So let's say we have a trend going like this, right? We see a trend going like this. Now, if you see a trend going back down like that and then going like this, so you guys already get the idea of what I'm trying to head to. So you will find two different strategies. This is break of structure, break of structure. Break of structure will always be something that's going to keep continuing. So if you're seeing an uptrend, you make sure that will be your break of structure areas, these uptrending. Now, if you're going to see a market structure break would be either you got the break of structure, you got an interim low, and you got interim high, let's say. Interim low, this interim low right there, that would be your market structure break. So since we see a reversal back to the downside, see a little arc going back down, and now you're switching it back down to the downside area. Now that's a market structure break. Market structure break is basically changing the structure of the market. It's changing. It's not continuing, it's just reversing back to the downside. That's what market structure break is. BOS is a continuation, breaking the structure back to keep going up to the upside or keep going back to the downside. Same thing, you mark if it's a bullish candles, if it's bullish trending, you mark the highs. If it's downtrending, you mark the lows, and that would be your break of structure areas right here. So that'll be break of structure areas, break of structure areas, and then break of structure areas. Obviously, if you want to make it a little bit more complicated or so, you have resistance, support, resistance. Broke resistance, kept with the support, resistance, break back to the support, and broke support. Now it's creating a different downtrend. So that's it. Support and resistance, support, whatever you guys want to call it. So that's it. So in this situation, that's how it was. We're continuing. Break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, market structure break of structure. Did it go any higher than the break of structure? No, it didn't. And it just retraced back down to the downside. So now I got my market structure break there. A lot of people mark their market structure breaks in the wicks, or I like to count them more in the body candles. So number one that I see manipulation. Okay, preset manipulation. Like I said, 9:30 to 9:50, you're always gonna see a manipulating in the market, manipulation in the market. So it manipulated, went back to the downside, broke my market structure break, right? I saw a fair value gap. Okay, fair value gap happened right here. This candle opened, this candle closed. Okay, did I see this candle bullish reaching back to my fair value gap? No, it stayed into that range. So it's always ranging, guys, price range. Bias of price ranging. So range back to down here. And it kept going down. And that's why I was like, okay, I see my entry level was right here. Now, what I want to figure it out now is, since we didn't pass our in fair value gap to the upside, I want to see a retracement back to the downside. So at least if this fair value gap, in fair value gap, was going to be continuing by these candles, then you're going to see an uptrend back to the upside. But no, we saw a in fair value gap that was retraced back to the downside. So if you see this candle right here, this candle, my fucking drawing, this candle filled that up right there. So that would have been your entry point right there in this candle. Didn't pass it at all, it retraced back down. So in this situation, I marked my equilibrium. The way that I marked it is because I also noticed that we had a Fibonacci. So Fibonacci was retraced back to the 79%. Okay, that's my area right here. Marked my equilibrium on the high to the low and let it play. In this situation, I let it play, so my entry level would have been on this candle right there. Went down, manipulated to this area back to the upside. Since it reached to the middle, I knew, okay, it reached, didn't continue going up. Now it's going to keep continuing going down. Perfect. Enter into this part right here. So that's what I'm saying. This is, so from 10:10 to 10:30 will be your latest entry, 10:30. And that's what I'm saying right here. From 10:10 was here. Where's 10:10? 10:10 was here. Right? 10:10 was right there. 10:30, it's right here. Latest, bro. If it just kept continuing down, alright, just continuation, break of structure, okay, fuck it, it's what it is. I'm going to focus on two my lower areas and focus on two these ones right here. But good thing that we had another hint that it went to the middle of the fair value gap. So since it went middle of the fair value gap, you're gonna go ahead and enter the trade, and then aim if you see an imbalance candle, imbalance gap, that it was this imbalance gap from Friday to Sunday, it jumps pretty big, so you get an imbalance gap. That imbalance gap, I like to focus on those because they're always going to get filled no matter what. It's always going to get filled. So in this situation, I focus all the way to the bottom of this this impulse gap, and I'll take trade here, scalp it down. I would have took profit here, took profit in the middle, and then took profit here. There you go. Those are the two ranges. And from the day, that would have been it. So back to the 1 hour chart. Something that I forgot to mention too is before entering from 10:10 to 10:30, you always, so let's say 10:10 is right here, right? 10:10, you want to look at the candle and see if it looks bearish or bullish. And the situation was bearish. So I was like, okay, it's going to keep continuing going down since it's a pretty strong bearish candle. If it was bullish, then it would have been like undecisive if it would have just retraced back up and see if it was going to go. But no, in this situation, it bearish. That's the last step I would probably do before entering, making sure that the 1 hour chart looks bearish than bullish. You don't want to trade against the market for sure. Alright guys, so that was a quick explanation on the strategy that I'm kind of amplifying into it. Hopefully that works for you guys. But yeah, that's basically it. All I can say is back testing for quite a while. The goal is for next month to go ahead and actually have a full understanding now into this year that I'm kind of putting more into it. Got rid of all the distraction, got rid of everything, you know. All I can say is avoid all the distraction, bro. Avoid all the negativity for sure. Don't let yourself down. Keep pushing yourself no matter what. Hold on to the rope. Don't let it go, bro. Don't throw away the towel. Hold on to the towel. Because one day you're gonna clean your sweat with that towel, bro. Just don't throw it away. Don't throw it to the floor. Believe in yourself. Keep pushing yourself. That's all I can say. Which is not easy, bro. It looks easy in YouTube when you see these other traders doing it, but trust me, bro, nothing's fucking easy in life. You just gotta put the work into it, bro. You gotta put the reps into it, and back testing is like repping it. Avoid the girls, avoid the friends that want you to go out every single week, like Saturdays and Sundays. I'm here, bro. Yeah, I go out and to go space out for my own, and go get a fucking boba, go get a coffee or something, just to recap the things that I've been thinking of, and then I get back into it, bro. Get back to it. Every single day. I wake up at 5 a.m. all the way to 7:30. I start doing my clothes to go to work. Once I come back from work, same thing in the computer, bro. Back in even though at work I'm in the computer, and I know this is gonna affect my eye vision, but it is what it is, bro. I don't fucking care, bro. I don't care at this point at all, bro. So all I can say, young buck, is keep it tight, bro. Keep it tight. Wish someone could tell me that, but I had to learn it on my own, bro. No one will never give it to you easily. You have to take in consideration that it's just gonna be fucking hard, but you gotta keep pushing yourself no matter what. That's all I'm gonna say. Avoid distractions, avoid everything. Avoid that girl that you like. She doesn't give a fuck about you. Avoid your friends because they don't give a fuck about you. Because one day if you're ever down, if you're ever back to the ground, they will leave you, bro. They will leave you behind. So let all that shit go, bro. Let it go. Structure your own self, bro. That's all I can say, bro. Avoid social media. Avoid all these fucking distractions and lock the fuck in, bro. Every single day, I see myself in one of these for sure. I even have the tab open, bro. Every single day I'm looking at it, bro. Nice apartment, nice house, or whatever. Take care of my family. That's it, bro. That's all I need, bro. One of these. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Still gonna do more back testing into this. Record a few more videos and show you guys the back testing. But I'll catch you later. Peace.